I'm curious, what advice do you have for a 17-year-old guy? I'll be turning 18 pretty soon, so things are getting serious. I think I'm prepared for the most immediate challenges, but you never know everything. What is something you would have liked to know at 17? Thanks. For context, I still have a year left of high school. Story 1. Do not get involved in a fallback career. I uprooted and became a plumber at 19, figuring the money was good and I could always rely on it if my other ambitions did not work out. I am 42 and still a plumber. My body is half destroyed. Go after your ultimate goals. Story 2. Take things as they come. You can only plan so much, and unexpected variables will always arise. Plan what you can, but be ready to change that plan as new situations occur. Story 3. Try things. Different jobs, different experiences, different classes if you are going to college and do not know what you want to study exactly. Talk to different people. I know it is hard, but it gets easier over time. Try different foods, different places and spaces. Try camping. Never done it before? Set up a tent in your backyard. If you are embarrassed, just tell the neighbor you are testing it out for a bigger trip. 30 years old, I struggled along. I was successful, but I did not try different things. Then I tried construction at 28. Best decision ever. I like my job as opposed to a 9-to-5 desk job. If I had tried it younger, maybe I would have been better because I am a slow learner now. I will go on a rant. I am going to stop. Story 4. Between now and when you turn 25 is a dangerous time for you. Your brain is not fully formed yet. This is a perfect time to learn something amazing, whether it is playing the guitar or studying medicine. On the flip side, you are more impulsive, and that can lead to bad outcomes if you do not pause and think about the consequences of your actions. Thinking about jumping off a cliff into the water or playing what I call the testosterone game starts with one of your friends saying, "I am not afraid, are you?" And then you end up doing something really risky. Be safe and make it to 25. Story 5. Age is nothing but a number. Work out. Do not do drugs. Laugh. Do what makes you happy. Prepare for heartbreak. And stay away from microplastics. Story 6. Don't confuse being liked with being respected. Learn to be alone without feeling lonely. Say less, listen more. And please, don't waste your energy proving you are a man. Just become one quietly. Story 7. As a 19-year-old, be ready to grow up and take things as they come. My experience was much worse than it could have been if I had just focused on what I needed to do. Story 8. 17 to 18-year-olds tend to think they have reached their peak selves. They know that they will grow and change, but do not grasp what that means. The person you will be by the time you are 26 is not someone you would recognize if you saw them today. And that is okay. Accept it and try to make sure that person is cool when you finally meet them. Story 9. Do not be afraid to try many different jobs if you do not know what you want to do. Once you figure out which career you want to pursue, do not be afraid to go for it, even if the school required will take a long time. 10 years pass amazingly fast, and it is much better to spend your adult life working at something you really enjoy. I would advise against marrying young. There is much more, but in general, keep learning, keep reading, keep getting smarter, and you will be fine. If you are American and the cost of post-secondary education is an issue, consider going to school in another country. Story 10. Here is a simple one. Don't let trends become your substitute for a personality. People, especially young people, often like a new trend and let that define who they are. It can take many forms, such as serious student, athlete, sports fan, car enthusiast, or tough manly man. Don't let yourself be defined by one thing, and don't feel that because you like something you have to adopt all the stereotypes related to it. I spent much of my youth being a football player. I thought that meant I had to fight anyone who challenged my manhood, never show weakness or vulnerability, and generally behave in ways that made me unpleasant. Turns out I was just being unpleasant, and those things didn't have to be connected. Story 11. Do not drink too much and always arrive at work early. Even if you are not the best at your job, being punctual every day and ready to work makes you a valuable asset. Also, avoid difficult people. Story 12. I am only 20, so take my advice for what it is worth. but save as much money as you can. It does not have to be a lot, but always put aside something from any money that comes in. That will give you margin. Also, please invest time in your friendships. Story 13. Beware of how fast time goes after you turn 18. Speaking as a 20-year-old, after you finish high school, time speeds up. Story 14. Do things. The world is a big place, and there is too much for any one person to do everything. Try the unusual activities that you do not think you will like. Right now, you have lots of time. Take advantage of it. One evening or afternoon doing something that you absolutely hate is not a big deal. One evening or afternoon trying something that you absolutely love can change your life. Story 15. Do your best in everything you do. If you are going to do something halfway, do not waste your time. Care for others and be compassionate. Conduct yourself with integrity. Call your parents. They love you and will not be here forever. Last but not least, do not be too hard on yourself. Life is hard, so be kind to yourself. Nobody is perfect. Good luck on your journey. You have this. Story 16. Study and invest in yourself. Any skill that you find at least a bit interesting, master it. I am 23 now and wasted 4 years of my life working and waiting to have enough money to pay tuition. In the end, I had to take money from the bank, and I would have already finished if I had started on time. Just do not wait for anything. The right moment does not just come, you make it. Story 17. Start saving money now, no matter how little it might be. As your income increases, increase how much you save. There is nothing that will give you a greater sense of security than having money in the bank. You could be a multimillionaire by the time you are in your 30s. Story 18. Find a passion you like and research a way to make money from it. At your age, it can be a side gig while you embark on education. Do not be afraid of trade schools or finding a career that is not the traditional lawyer or medical path. When it comes to love, have patience. The initial rush can make you ignore things that are actually bad in that person. Do not rush into a relationship or do too much to gain romantic approval. Find a balance and enjoy every moment with that person. Walk together patiently and do not rush anything. Establish goals with that person for the future, but live and enjoy the blessing of the present. Back to careers, work hard. If you are fortunate enough to find your calling early, do not rest. Sleep 6 to 7 hours and give your all to your career or business. Success will come. Do not be afraid of big changes. If I were 17 again, like in the movie, I would have jumped into my career much faster and earlier in life. My biggest regret is that I found peace and stability in regular jobs that paid the bills but had nothing to do with me. I was once a chef, an assistant general manager of a hotel, and even an office employee at a corporate entity. While the steady paycheck was easy, I was wasting years when deep inside I had a vision for a business. 32, I launched it, and at 33, I am succeeding. It is more work than regular jobs, but I feel fulfilled. That is why I urge you to find your calling and establish a career or business. There is no better feeling than going to bed knowing you are succeeding in a field you absolutely love. Mine is a mix of photography, videography, painting, and teaching. That is my advice. Story 19. Do not beat yourself up over mistakes. It does not help. Show grace to others and to yourself. Invest 10% of your income in a low-cost index fund every paycheck, and do not look at it again for at least 20 years. Story 20. At 17 or 18, retirement feels 100 years away, but start putting money into a retirement savings plan or other retirement account as soon as possible. Also, stretch regularly and stay limber as long as possible. Story 21. If you have supportive parents, then go after what you want to do. If you go into college, I definitely suggest doing a part-time job for some extra spending money. I am 26 now. You will not really get more money until probably post-21. Do not stay in relationships if they are bad. Also, if you have not gotten a real job yet, get ready to see the money fly away because of taxes. Story 22. You don't know anything. I thought I knew it all at 17. I thought I knew what love was. I thought I knew what I wanted in life. I thought I was the coolest person on the block. The truth is, you don't know much at that age. So don't fret too much about life. Just live it. Have a good time. Do what you want. Experience new things. Life can end at any moment. There's no guarantee that I will even make it to the end of typing this comment. Live life. Love it. Be happy. You don't need all the answers right away. You don't need to have your life planned out. It rarely goes to plan. You know the cheesy wall art that says, live, love, laugh? Do that. Don't get that cheesy wall art. Just follow its advice. Story 23. You may have heard this, but I promise if you take it to heart, you will thank me in a couple of decades. Brush twice a day, floss every day, and pay for a dental cleaning at least once a year, preferably twice. Story 24. Whatever advice you receive, you will basically start out doing what people in your neighborhood do. If you come from a family of academics, you will study something and wonder what to do with your life for a couple of years. If you come from a salary worker background, you may or may not be studying something, but in the end, a job is what you will seek. If you come from a poor family, you will be wondering how to make ends meet. You might be very successful doing that. The only general advice is to stay out of trouble, take care of yourself physically and mentally, and still have a decently fun time. Also, take care of your dental health. Rotten teeth are not enjoyable to have. Knowing where you come from can help provide a more detailed answer. Story 25. Find something you are good at and that makes you curious. Then see how you can build a career out of it. The people who truly love you care about how they make you feel. Know who those people are in your life. Your partner will be someone you not only love but admire. That will make you want to be a better person for them. Start your investments now. Index funds. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Grieve your losses. It is perfectly okay. Anyone who says something you do is not manly or alpha enough is completely wrong. Be yourself. Story 26. Take good care of your teeth. Helping others is good, but you must help yourself first and be in a good position to help others. Story 27. These are simple guidelines. Do not become addicted to anything. Understand that emotional intelligence quotient is as important as intellectual intelligence quotient. Respect your partner. Respect yourself. After you turn 22, what you eat is incredibly important to your health. Exercise 4 times a week after 25. Do not overspend. Story 28. Do not smoke. Do not drink. Do not use drugs. Even if you manage to be functional, it effectively halves your income. Do not do any of those things. They are fun. A lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. But they get boring and you are better off with the money. Just like read books. Story 29. You can literally be or do anything you want. It won't be easy, or maybe it will. But you have that freedom, the gift of time. Story 30. You are going to make poor decisions. Do not make poor decisions that can put you in prison or result in an unplanned pregnancy. Story 31. Take care of your body. Just because fast food is cheaper does not mean you should eat it all the time. Work out, get in shape, and maintain your health as you get older. This is the time when you can make significant changes to your body without trying very hard. With that said, try hard. Story 32. Brush your teeth. Flossing is even more important. Do not do anything harder than marijuana. Be mindful of drinking. Staying in shape is easier than getting in shape. Do not get into sports betting. Do not marry someone unstable. Story 33. Find an aim in life. Look into trades or pursue something in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Find a mentor and shadow them. Enjoy your youth because you have something that cannot be bought. Avoid getting into anything serious and avoid peer pressure. Develop a relationship with God. Set goals for yourself, setting smaller goals as steps toward bigger goals. Get a job. Any job builds character. Make 1 or 2 good friends. Lastly, be yourself and do what is true to you. Story 34. Exercise for an hour every day, even if it's just walking. Doing this will keep your body healthy as you age. Read every day, even for just half an hour. Reading helps organize the mind. Do not use tobacco at all. It is a harmful and expensive habit. The same applies to any hard drugs. If drinking alcohol or using marijuana has become a problem, stop. Avoid intimate relationships with unstable individuals. It is not worth the risk. College will be very expensive by the time you graduate high school. Unless you receive substantial scholarships, you are better off earning an associate degree first and then transferring to a four-year school to complete your bachelor's degree rather than taking out loans for a four-year school immediately. When you start your career, save at least 10% of your income. Once you have saved 6 months' worth of expenses, which should take 5 years or less, open a brokerage account and contribute to a Roth Individual Retirement Account, IRA. Unless you are an expert, avoid individual stocks. Instead, invest in index-traded funds such as NASDAQ 100 Index Fund, QQQ, iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, IVV, and iShares Russell 2000 ETF, IWM, which tend to appreciate over time. Unless you are receiving a significant tax benefit, do not purchase a new car. A good used car will cost about 60% as much and last nearly as long if properly maintained. Being friends, just friends, with women is an important social and career skill. The most important thing is to listen to them carefully because their experiences differ greatly from yours. Many people seek social validation. Men today are often conditioned to seek validation through sex or violence. This is a harmful trap that leads to negative outcomes. Find ways to seek social validation that do not involve sex or violence. Story 35. Read things. Don't just read what you are told to read in class. Be curious about the world you live in. It is often very beneficial to have friendships with people who are significantly different from you in some respect, such as age, background, or culture. Story 36. You hear it all the time. If I could go back to 17 or 18 with my mind now, oh man. So honestly, if I had to tell 17-year-old me some stuff, here is what I would say. 1. You need to understand that you do not know much about life or the world. You are just a kid. So do not close yourself off to anything. Experience everything and know that you have a lot to learn. There is always room for more. Tell her how you feel and go all out. It is not as scary or complicated as you think. If she does not feel the same, respect it and move on. There will be many more chances. Be smart with your body. You are young and feel invincible, but do not wait until your 30s to develop good habits. Learn how to groom and maintain yourself early. You will stand out from other males your age. Eat right mostly. Work out and exercise. Treat injuries seriously and rehabilitate them properly. 17. Nothing is permanent. What you want to do with your life is a fluid and evolving idea. Your interests will change. You do not need to decide now. Enjoy the parties and time with your friends. Before you know it, you will be in different places with different lives, and things will not be the same. Save your part-time job money and use it to travel. Travel early and often while you have no commitments. Join tour groups with other young people. Study abroad. Just get out there and see the world and its people. Why so serious? People will pressure you and say everything you do now will define your life. Unless it is serious illegal activity that gets you in jail, they are wrong. Relax. Nothing I did in high school has defined my life. Work in a restaurant or bar early. It teaches you a lot and exposes you to many different people and situations. Work there while it is not your last resort in life. 10. Find yourself and be yourself. Do not be anyone else. Do not try to live up to social media ideals. Do not be who your parents or friends think you should be. It is your life. Own it and own yourself. There is probably more, but that is all I have right now. Good luck. Enjoy life while you have it. Story 37. Be physically fit. It is the one thing no one can give you and the one thing you can bring anywhere with you. Story 38. Do not stress about things too much. Nobody really knows where they are going in life. Just be a good person and never do harm intentionally to anyone unless they did something to you. Then it is payback and it is okay. Story 39. I wish someone had told me this when I was 18. Story 40. Hey buddy, you already have many life lessons, but here's mine. Do not watch pornography. Do not masturbate frequently. Never use the death grip if you do it sometimes. Best of luck. Story 41. Set up recurring investments in an index fund today. Forget about it. Be kind. Be extra respectful to women, children, animals, and the elderly. Say yes to all social invites you have the time for. Give everyone you meet a chance. Start collecting all screws, nuts, bolts, and small parts. When you need that 5mm brass shelving pin in 15 years, you will regret throwing it away. Do not break up fights between people you barely know. Do not get in fights. If you cannot grow a full beard, stop trying. If you drink or decide to drink, learn to drink. Do not get drunk in public. Try not to get very drunk in general. Use protection. You should fear sexually transmitted diseases more than death itself. You do not want to become a father by accident. Do not buy disposable razors. Buy a solid razor and replacement blades. You will spend about $30 every other year on shaving. Drugs can be a fun time and lead to incredibly formative experiences or completely ruin your life. Do not wing it and be very thoughtful about this. Do not ever do drugs with people you do not trust. Only experiment with someone you trust and who is more experienced than you. Do not ever touch anything that has a television show about it or requires a needle. Learn to dress. Whatever style you choose, do it properly. Do not just wear whatever you own. Do not touch nicotine. Put antiperspirant on before bed as well as after a shower. Buy a face wash with salicylic acid and wash your face and moisturize twice a day. Go to the gym with someone who can teach you proper form. Do not ego lift. A lifting injury is not fun. You will not have the energy you do now in 10 years, so use it. Push your mind and body whenever you can. If you need a suit, buy a cheap suit from Zara or a similar store and just get it tailored. A BMW will not get you laid. Live within your means. Talking to women is a learnable skill. Do not take advice from men who have the spare time to be dishing it out all day. Erase all harmful internet content about relationships from your brain if any of it is in there. It does not work. Story 42. Pay attention to who you are spending time with. If your group is lazy, negative, or always involved in drama, that influences you. Find people who encourage you to improve, not those who make excuses or hold you back. Story 43. Learn a skill or trade, save money, and invest the money saved. Eat healthy, go to the gym, and try to go to sleep at the same time each night. Do the above most of the time. When you are not, you can loosen the boundaries. Find your moral compass and stick to it. Be careful in who you date. There is no need to rush into getting involved with another person. Story 44. I'm only 20, so I feel like I can relate. Turning 18 does not change who you are overnight. Sure, you can buy a lottery ticket, purchase mature-rated games from GameStop, get a credit card, or whatever. But the experience of being an adult makes you an adult. The character development from being 18 to 19 is astronomical, especially if you go to college. Story 45. Invest while you are young and get the snowball going. The earlier you invest, the more you will have in retirement and the less you will need to invest overall. Story 46. The things you do at 18, especially the foolish things you think will never follow you 15 years down the road, most definitely do. Do not be careless with your money. Do not get evicted, pay back credit cards. Avoid getting trapped in the system. Do not drink and drive. And never forget where you came from. Attend festivals, concerts, and take road trips. If you are waiting to turn and someone lets you go, always do the courtesy wave. I regret never living alone at least once. Story 47. Watch out for the kind of women you let into your life. Recognize your boundaries and do not let them walk all over you. Story 48. Don't get too hung up on heartbreaks. Save some money for emergencies. Do not smoke. Be kind. Check your testicles for lumps. Story 49. College is a trap. Pursue your passion like it is an absolute do or die, because it is. Either you make it and are on easy street for life, or the version of you who will die, at least even if the body survives. Here speaks the regrets of someone who chose not to follow this advice at 17 and is now more than twice that age. Whatever you are passionate about, If you pursue it to the exclusion of all other things, you will find a way to make money doing it. So, pursue that flame until you climb over, tunnel under, run around, or simply smash through whatever barriers they throw in your way. Do not get married, do not be in a hurry to have children. Do not even try to be in a relationship until you have resolved your own mental challenges and are financially secure. Live your own truth and wait for the one who wants to share that flame. Story 50. It's okay to make mistakes and not know who you are for a while. You are at a strange place where you might think you have a good grasp on things, and you may, but there are many things you cannot understand without age and experience. So I would take chances, do not be afraid to make mistakes, and enjoy yourself while doing it. Story 51. Do not spend money unnecessarily. You will regret it. Endure hardship to save and then work hard to earn. This approach will lead to a smoother life. Financial hardship is serious and can result in imprisonment or a very low quality of life. Story 52. Be disciplined. I know it's hard and it sounds cliché, but work out daily, even if it's just a 2 to 3 mile walk. Do it every day. Get good rest and be consistent with your schedule. If you're a morning person, great. If you're a night owl, that's fine too. But be as consistent as possible with your wake-up time. It makes waking up and sleeping much easier. Read and learn daily. Take 15 to 30 minutes every day to read fiction or nonfiction. Mix it up. Use this time to read or learn something new. Show up for work daily. Don't take a day off unless necessary. Obviously rest on weekends or days off. Use paid time off when needed. On the days you are at the office, school, or wherever, give your full effort, even if your full is only about 20% because you are sick or drained. If you develop simple, consistent discipline in these ways every day, I guarantee that by the time you turn 30, no matter what you choose to do in life, you will be ahead of 99% of your peers. Story 53. Learn how to read and understand the terms that come with credit cards and other loans to avoid unfavorable ones. Always pay off your balance in full every month. Remember, it is not someone else's money you are spending. You are just loaning yourself some of your next month's money today and paying the bank for facilitating it. Start saving for retirement today. It may seem like it is far in the future, but it will come quicker than you think. Story 54. Avoid any career that pays poorly while focusing on helping others. Eventually, your empathy and compassion will run out, and then you will be stuck with a poorly paying career that is emotionally draining. Story 55. Get in the gym now. Create a habit. It is easier to stay in shape than to get in shape later. Also, do not get stuck in any relationship that does not make you feel the way you want to feel. Trust your gut when warning signs appear. They rarely go away. It is easy to get stuck in a bad situation with someone in your 20s and lose years of time. Story 56. Get off the internet and go outside. Do not spend a lot of time with people who spend a lot of time online either. It used to be great. Now it is harmful. If you can afford to do so, travel and meet people. Story 57. I wish my parents had told me at your age that failure is okay because it is a great learning tool. It is also the age when it is easiest to face the consequences, as they are relatively minimal in the span of your life. The phrase, nothing ventured, nothing gained, should be a motto for the young. If I had taken more risks when I was your age, I believe I would be better off today. Story 58. Respect your body. At 22, I had a bad accident. I am 30 now and recovering from spine surgery. I did not know the long-term effects of the accident because no one, including me, was looking for them as they had not manifested yet. Exercise. If you hate it, do what you dislike the least. Do not be afraid of failure. Failure means you are learning. If you are going to college, make sure there is an advisor and get it done. Choose a degree and commit to it. Learn basic handyman skills for home and automobile. It will save you money. Learn to control your anger. Do not let it control you. It is probably best to avoid alcohol. Story 59. Do not chase anyone, not friends or relationships. These will fade with time and adulthood. Make new connections. Network with professionals and experts. Invest in constructive hobbies like art, music, or coding, something that could potentially generate income in the future. Attend college only if you are not planning to pay for it or take loans. Invest in yourself the most if you want to accomplish your goals. Story 60. Focus on learning and growing. Make yourself a little bit better every single day. Save as much as you can. Do not spend a lot of money on your car. Live below your means. Do not focus on women. Make them a very low priority. Once you are established, you will have the money to get the girl you want. Story 61. A lot of problems are not just an easy fix. You just have to save money. You just have to focus more on work or school. And so on. Not just for yourself, but also for close ones, watch out for them. For example, if they are not doing well with money at that age, see if something is wrong. And the same for you. If you are not doing well with money, school, work, or whatever, it is good to have close ones check up on you. Story 62. Do not do anything you will regret doing or not doing later. You will fail, make mistakes, and waste money. Do not ever let your mistakes become regrets. Story 63. Read The Rational Male and Atomic Attraction. If you have the intellectual capacity, also read Plutarch's lives of famous Greeks and Romans. Adopt a profession and devote yourself to it. Do not prioritize hobbies. Story 64. Save money. Then save more money. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you need the newest cell phone, that you need to go out every weekend, or that you need a fancy car. Make finding ways to save money and living frugally one of your most important goals until you are at least 30. The 30-year-old you will be immensely grateful to the 18-year-old you. Story 65. Think about retirement now so you get ahead of the game. Later in life, you will be asking yourself how early you can retire versus if you will still have to work after reaching retirement age. Investments in stock for 101k, high-yield savings, and similar accounts are constantly growing, sometimes compounding, and sometimes paying dividends. Start now and let it grow to retire young. Also consider this when thinking about jobs. Higher company match amounts and pensions are very helpful as well. Story 66. Everything they told you about adulthood is nonsense. All the ideas about where you are supposed to be in life and by what age are wrong. You're supposed to graduate college by 22, get married by 25, have a couple of kids by 30, and be completely prepared for retirement by 55. In reality, adult life doesn't move in a neat, comfortable, forward line like that. Real adulthood goes more like this. You become an adult at 18. You are working and going to college at the same time. At 21, you are still in college and dating someone. But then you find out she is pregnant. So at 21, you drop out of college, go to work full-time at a low-paying job, marry her, and become a father. The next few years drag on. By 30, the marriage is not going well, so you divorce. You share custody. You still haven't finished your college education. In your 30s, you go back to school and marry someone else. You finally finish school by 35. Thanks to completing your education, you get a somewhat decent job, though still not your dream job. By 40, you have a decent job, a teenager from your first marriage, and a kindergartner from your second. Now you have to worry about affording college for your first child, so you are still pretty broke. You manage that, but now your parents are in failing health and need your help desperately. For the next few years, you help take care of them. By 55, you still owe on the mortgage, have one more child to put through college, and have sickly parents to care for. You are nowhere near prepared for retirement. By 65, you finally get all the kids through school, pay off the mortgage, and have a stable family. But it was certainly not a neat little straight line getting there. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.